Hello guys, in this video I'm going to give you some tips on how to do the reading part of the TOEFL test. Here we have a practice test. Let's click on continue. Here you have the instructions for the reading, listening, speaking and writing activities. The first part is reading. The reading section of the TOEFL IBT test measures your ability to understand academic passages written in English. So that means that you need to know or be familiar with academic language. Don't worry if you don't know some of the words you find in the test, because you don't have time to look for those words in a dictionary. The time is limited, and sometimes you run out of time trying to understand the whole text. So in the actual test, each passage in the reading section is followed by 9 or 10 questions about that passage. You will read 3 or 4 passages and answer the questions. If you receive 3 passages, you will have 54 minutes to read the passages and answer the questions. If you receive 4 passages, you will have 72 minutes to respond. In this practice test, you will answer questions about 3 passages. Most questions in the reading section are worth 1 point, but the last question in each set is worth more than 1 point. This is very important. The directions indicate how many points you can receive. Some passages include a word or phrase that is underlined in blue. Select the word or phrase to see a definition or explanation. You can go on to the next question by selecting next. You can skip questions and go back later by selecting back. You can select review at any time, and the review screen will show you which questions you have answered correctly or incorrectly, and which you have not answered. From this review screen, you can go directly to any question you have already seen in the reading section. You may now begin the reading section. Click continue to go on. So here you have the whole text. Agriculture, iron, and the Bantu peoples. If you start reading the whole text, maybe you will struggle with the time during the test. Sorry. So we can read quickly the text to get the idea, and then reading the questions. By reading the questions, then we can look for that information in the test. So here we have the first question. According to paragraph 1, why do researchers doubt that agriculture developed independently in Africa? Here you have 4 possible answers. 2 answers are totally different or don't make sense from the text, and the other 2 are possible. So you have to read the paragraph. In this case it is paragraph 1, marked with an arrow. You have to find this the information of the questions here in this part, only in this part. Once you answer the question, let's say I'm going to check this. We can go to the next question. In paragraph 1, what does the author imply about changes in the African environment during this time period? I recommend that you first read the questions and then look for information related to this. That is much better than reading the complete text and try to find the answer. Let's check this. Then we have, according to paragraph 2, camels were important because they, and here we can see the history of the camels in Africa, sorry, in Asia. Livestock also came from outside Africa. Cattle were introduced from Asia, blah blah blah. So here you have the questions. Two questions are very close to the text, so you have to find the specific information about that. Not the exact information, but the exact idea. I mean, the words in this paragraph, in this question, should be similar or should give them the same meaning in the text. Let's see another type of question. The word profound in the passage is closest in meaning to, in this case, it's synonyms. Profound, this technological shift caused profound changes in the complexity. Profound changes, far-reaching. The word ritual in the passage is closest in meaning to, maybe a ceremonial. Then here we have another type of question. According to paragraph 4, all the following were social effects of the new metal technology in Africa except one. In this case, you can read quickly the text as you read the questions, and if you find the idea in the text in any of these questions, then that question is mentioned. Except there is one exception, so you have to check the correct answer. Another type of question: which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence in the passage? Incorrect choices change the meaning in important ways or leave out essential information. Maybe this type of question can be more difficult because you have to understand the complete highlighted section and read the questions or the possible answers. So you have to, I'm checking randomly. I don't know if this is correct. But once you find the same idea in any of these possible answers, then that's the answer to this. Let's go to the next question. Paragraph 6 mentions all of the following as possible causes of the Bantu explosion except maybe better hunting skills. Again, you have to read this paragraph to give you to find these possible answers. Then we have another type of question. Look at the 4 squares in the text, and it's only in one paragraph. Here we have the paragraph, and here we have the 4 black squares. The instruction is click on a square to add the sentence to the passage. To select a different location, click on a different square. Now, look at the 4 squares that indicate where the following sentence can be added to the passage. These people had a significant linguistic impact on the continent as well. Where would the sentence best fit? Here, you have to read more carefully this paragraph in order to see where this sentence can be placed correctly in this paragraph. It could be as a conclusion, so maybe we can click here. Or maybe it could be here. So that is my answer. Another type of question. This is a multiple choice question. Selection question. When you have chosen the maximum number of selections, the remaining options will be disabled. However, you may deselect a previous selection to change your answer. Directions. An introductory sentence for a brief summary of the passage is provided below. Complete the summary by selecting the 3 answer choices that express the most important ideas in the passage. Some sentences do not belong in the summary because they express ideas that are not presented in the passage or are minor ideas in the passage. This question is worth 2 points. Remember to select 3 answer choices. To review the passage, select View Text, this button. So again, agriculture and iron working probably spread to Africa from neighboring regions. Click on 3 answers. Let's say I'm going to select these 3, and then you cannot select another option. That is, if you wanted to choose the 5 options to see if that is correct, no, it cannot be possible. But if you think this is not part of the real answer, then you can disable it or deselect it and choose another. Here you have the 3 answers, and then you can continue with the next question. Okay, so as I mentioned before, don't worry if you don't know some of the words in these texts. You are not going to be asked about what you understand from here. The questions are very specific about the text. If in this text maybe you don't know the meaning of highlands, don't worry, try to get the idea from the context. And sometimes if you know a word, that word could have another meaning. These texts are about general culture, and maybe you could learn something from these tests. When you're ready to go on, click on Next. So these are my tips on how to answer the reading section of the TOEFL test. In this case, you can review the questions. Incorrect, incorrect, incorrect. 2 correct answers. Not answered, not answered. But remember, I just clicked randomly. I didn't pay attention to the real answers. In the TOEFL test, you cannot see this part. You cannot see if your answers are correct or incorrect. You just answer, and at the end you will receive your results. Okay, so a good strategy for this is read quickly the text to get the idea in each paragraph. Once you understand what the text is about, focus on the questions, focus on the possible answers, and read again that part of the text that has those possible answers, and that will be your best approach to answering the TOEFL test correctly. Okay. As I mentioned, also the TOEFL test is about academic texts, about general culture. In this case, they are about agriculture, iron and the Bantu peoples, running water on Mars, and ancient Roman Greece. You don't have to know about history, you don't know how to know about astronomy, you don't have to know about history, but ancient Rome and Greece is something that most people should know. The more you learn, the better result you will get. So you can go to the library at your school for academic texts. As this test is in English, look for books in English. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section. Thank you.